Hi, Robert Silver here, and I have a question. Have you been struggling with attracting clients? What about ways to scale and grow your business? Or have you been conflicted with how to use the latest social media apps and trends to grow your audience and influence? Marketing Monday is about helping photographers and any other business really to increase their digital presence with little to no cost by leveraging social media and other creative tools available on the market, as well as keeping you updated on all the latest digital marketing trends happening today. Tune in with me every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on my YouTube channel for strategies, techniques, tips, and advice on how to help build your brand online.
All right. Hey everyone for another episode of Marketing Monday. And I got a lot in store for you today. Had some technical issues. That's why I'm a couple minutes late. Sorry about that. And you know Murphy's Law. When things can go wrong, they go terribly wrong. And literally 3 minutes before I was supposed to go live, the computer doesn't want to log into the internet, and I had to reset the entire computer. So it was complete madness. But anyway, here we are, as promised, and we got a lot to go over as I normally do. Okay. Um, if you've been following me for the past few weeks, you should already know that literally I'm giving you the step by step, the blow, what is it, the blow by blow of how to leverage social media to increase your brand. Okay, and right now that's you need every little bit of help you can get because I'm telling you, I'm looking for it myself. I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking under rocks. Okay, I'm taking hikes. I'm meditating. I'm doing whatever I have to do to try to just keep up. Okay, let alone get ahead. And if you're not doing that, then you're not going to be really winning. That's for sure. And as I normally say, Marketing Monday is all about photographers and other creatives looking to turn their passion into profits. So every week, I'm going to bring to you new strategies or at least understanding on how you can leverage social media to level your game up. Okay, because we all need to step it up. And if you're, hey, Flogeristic, how you doing? Yes, we'll do it. We'll get you set up for an interview soon enough. Don't worry about it. Keep pumping out that music because I keep adding it to my playlist. So check out Flogeristic on Spotify. His music is dope. It's on my workout playlist. I got several of his songs. It's banging. Um. Anyway, if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Robert Silver Photography, Facebook, Robert Silver Photography. I'm on TikTok, Robert Silver Photography, and Twitter, Robert Silver Photag. Make sure you go, if you're watching me on Instagram, go ahead and click the link in my bio, and you can go follow me on any other pages you feel like following me on. Um, I'm thinking about doing more regular updates besides every week from Marketing Monday. So hopefully, if you stay tuned, we'll see what we got going on. I'm thinking about starting a Patreon to really give you more regular marketing updates and social media strategies for you to get your brand out there even more. Okay. This week we will be discussing keywords and hashtags, right? Because I'm going to be talking about ways to use these hashtags to reach more people on social media. That means for Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everything, Twitter, etc., LinkedIn, etc., etc. All right. If you could take a moment, and if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube right now, please hit that like or subscribe. Not subscribe. Well, yes, please subscribe, but the share button because it helps it push it out to other people, and hopefully more people could benefit from what I'm going to be sharing with you and continue to share with you every Monday at 8 p.m. That's Pacific Standard Time. Okay. All right. Um. Now let's get into it. Okay. The first thing I want to bring up is for those that may not know, let's talk about it. What are hashtags? Okay. I think most of us generally know what they are, but let's talk about the purpose of them as well. Okay. We use them, but I don't think people are using them effectively. And I don't think many people understand how they can benefit you and to get your content in front of more people. All right. Now, hashtags. So as you can see, a hashtag written with the number hashtag symbol is used to index keywords or topics on social media. Okay. Originated to be used a lot on Twitter, but every social media platform has absorbed this has absorbed the usage of hashtags. It allows people to easily follow topics they are interested in. Okay, ergo, you being a photographer, then those who are interested in photography, or in some cases looking for a photographer, they generally use a keyword or phrase in the search area to look that up. And in many cases, you could follow that hashtag, ergo topic, and get more reoccurring content. And that's what people do generally. I do it for cameras. Um, do I do photography? Not quite photography, but definitely cameras. Let's say lenses, etc., etc. Okay, or if you're into travel photography, you type in travel photography, especially on Instagram, and you can follow that hashtag. And therefore, as people update photos and post them using that hashtag, you will see that pop up on your feed. Okay, that's why again it allows people to easily follow topics they are interested in. So if I look over here, it's because I'm looking at my computer screen. It's not that I don't give a damn if you're looking at me or not. Okay. Now, um, with that said, how do hashtags increase likes? Okay. Again, this comes from the fact that I think many people use hashtags but don't understand the purpose, which I just shared, and then how to use them effectively, right? And what hashtags mean in the overall um, game of trying to game the algorithm of whichever app you're using. And remember, um, each app has its own algorithm, and in terms of what they deem is important and relevant, and therefore pushes your content out there more. So you got to have a strategy for each platform that you're looking to put your content out there. And sometimes that one content on one platform doesn't perform as well on another. That is just the way it goes. And in many cases, you should actually tailor your piece of content to the specific platform you plan to promote. So even though you might be on 4 platforms actively, you should be creating a tailored content to that specific platform. Okay, one may like still images more. Another one may like vertical videos more. One may like horizontal videos more. So you have to just study the analytics and everything. And I'll be going live talking about how to interpret analytics and what do the numbers mean in the future live episode. So stay tuned for that. Don't worry about that. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that there on Instagram. Thank you, everybody. If you're on YouTube right now, feel free to post a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm curious, and that goes for Facebook too, and LinkedIn. I believe I'm live on LinkedIn right now. All right. So again, do hashtags increase likes? Well, if you play your cards right, hashtags alone will not increase your likes. Hey, thanks, D. Alvin, for tuning in. Hashtags alone will not increase your likes, but they will increase the probability or the chance of you getting in front of more people who may thus engage with your photo and press like. Okay? It's really about getting in front of more people, gaining more reach or impressions. Will it guarantee more likes? Well, that's based on whether it's good content, quite honestly. So that part is really all you. Okay? But if you want to have more of a chance to get in front of people, hashtags are going to help with that. It's not the end all to be all, but it's definitely should be part of your social media strategy when trying to get your content out there. As many of you know, like Instagram, for instance, and Facebook or Meta in general have decreased the amount of likelihood that more people will see your still images, right? Your actual photography, your actual photo, right? They're favoring video and especially vertical videos, aka reels, right? Like you're gonna get 2 to 5 times more the visibility and reach uh, if you post a vertical video. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't post still photos anymore. I have no problem posting still photos. If people like it, they're going to engage with it, and that's just the way it goes. Um, it's about consistency for me, and I rather post, and um, I'm not going to consider it a fail if only two people. Well, if only two people saw it. There's something going on there. But the point is, I'm not going to like not post any still images. It'll be a mixture. Again, a marketing strategy, right? Just like earlier in my earlier videos, I talked about a product mix, a diverse mix um, that you offer your clients, and trying to increase that and scale that up as a photographer. Same thing when it comes to my marketing strategy. I'm not going to just uh, put all my eggs in a basket called still photos or just Instagram reels and vertical videos. It's going to be a mixture. So I'm going to create a marketing mix in this case. All of it matters. In this case, we're going to be talking about hashtags. But hashtags alone will not do it, but will increase the likelihood of getting in front of people, relevant people. All right. You don't want to, if you're trying to target people in the San Francisco Bay Area, but then you notice all of your posts are being seen by people in India, clearly it doesn't matter if a million of them saw it, they're not relevant. And that's what hashtags are really going to help to fine tune who's actually seeing it. And it also educates the algorithm when it comes to your content, who should the target audience be for when it comes to this content, because the algorithm, rather people who want to see your content sees the content, thus keeping them on the app longer. So it benefits everybody. It benefits the algorithm, it benefits you as a creator, and it benefits those who want to see, who want to consume the creation. So with that said, does it increase likes? Yes, it increases the likelihood of those who you're reaching a relevant audience, and thus the likelihood of them engaging and pressing like or commenting, and in best case they share it as well with their people. Okay, so yes, in that case it does. Now, excuse me, I've been noticing in the past few live episodes I've been going for an hour and not drinking any water and damn near passing out. And I love sharing knowledge, but knowledge comes at a cost. You know, I need some water. All right. Now, hashtags are important. All right. It's an important way to expand your Instagram audience and get more reach. And that's not only just Instagram. I'm talking about your LinkedIn. I'm talking about, for sure, your YouTube. Okay. Um, TikTok as well. And how can I say? Proof is in the pudding. If you just put in a hashtag after your caption, or you press enter twice and get some space, you could see already how many other people have used that hashtag and how relevant that hashtag is or popular it is. So if you feel like, gosh, why should I be using it? Well, if there's a few other million people or hundreds of thousands of people already using it and posts that are already using that hashtag, clearly others are using it because they deem it not only valuable but useful for them. So maybe you need to add that. That's why this is all about adding hashtag to your marketing mix, right? To your marketing strategy on social media. It shouldn't even be a question. Again, it's going to help you get in front of relevant audience, not just more audience, but relevant audience. You're really targeting to the people who actually may want to see your stuff versus just people just seeing your stuff. And also, it helps you to get outside of your immediate audience, meaning your friends and family. Okay. Get away from your friends and family. Okay. They're the first ones to either want something for free, want a discount, etc., etc. And that's all good and well, but they're not going to keep your lights on. All right. You got to get in front of new people, fresh eyes, potential people, and expand your marketing reach, your audience. Anyway, and it's organic, meaning it's free. If you really work on your hashtag strategy, you're going to reach more people, and all it does is cost you a little bit of time, a little R&D, okay, in terms of, research. And the development part is you trying failing, trying, failing, trying, failing, and starting to get a little workflow. And eventually you'll come up with a few hashtags that you generally work for you and are hitting the audience you want to see. Okay. Now, I love using hashtags for numerous things. One is to establish myself in the market that I happen to be hanging out in. Me being in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area in California, um, obviously I want people who are close by to hire me for headshots, portraits, portfolio updates, weddings, etc. Since I'm a portrait photographer, therefore, um, I think of social media again as a promotional platform. I do not look at it to make friends. I mean, I'm glad I've met some cool people and we connected and we're like, hey, we're all into cameras. That is great. But ultimately, social media should be used as a promotional platform for me to get my brand out there with as inexpensive as possible. Okay, meaning paying the least amount of boosted ads, without having to pay anything. And that's what I love about social media is that it allows me to have the reach of hundreds and thousands or millions of people with no money. I could be in my shorts doing it. I have pants on today, but the point is that I could be doing all this, and it doesn't cost me anything but time and a little bit of effort. And for a business, that's like a no brainer to be able to have that kind of access and power and reach to an audience. So hashtags are going to help you to focus your attention on the relevant. So for me, it would be like San Francisco photographer, SF photographer, Bay Area photographer, all those localized, targeted hashtags are going to help me to make sure my contents in those are relevant to those keywords, right? In the hashtag. So if someone searches for that because they're looking for a photographer, and then boom, bada bing, my content may be among the others that pop up, and they may see my work, like it, and then contact me. And it's happened so many times where I've gotten, um, how can I say referrals? Excuse me, referrals from Instagram. Oh, I saw you on Instagram, da 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 da, and they never even been to my website. They inbox, how's it, da, 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 da. And then I have to say, have you checked out my website? Please check out my website. Make sure you like the aesthetic of my work. And then, et cetera, et cetera. And then it's really about pricing and availability. But the point is, people are using social media as search engines. That's why Facebook has worked extremely hard to be as useful in terms of search a bit to search for things. They try to be like, as close to, Google as possible. But I think that's actually really smart for them because it keeps people on the platform. But for me, I think it's a no-brainer again because if I understand how the consumer is searching for products and services, then I could position myself in the path of their journey to searching for the right product or service or person to service their need. So, with that said, I never assume they always find me on Google, okay, Google Maps most of the time, and they've gone to my website because it has proven time and time again, a lot of people don't even go to my website. But I make sure I have my website so that when I'm ready, it's my digital business card and it showcases what? My best quality work. So I always have that ready to go. So just in case I say, hey, I'm glad you like my social media, da 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 da, but look at this, bam, and that's the icing on the cake. So you website is numero uno in terms of importance when it comes to marketing yourself. It says so much about you. So with that said, back to hashtags. But in order for people to, hashtags are going to help people find you. Now, another thing is that if you are traveling and you want to work with talent in another area, right? Let's say you're going to New York and you want to look for a model in Brooklyn. Well, guess what? Now it's time for you to search. And I've done it. When I, what was it, 2018, I think, was the last time I went to New York. And I typed in Brooklyn models, NYC models, New York models, New York City models, etc., etc. I used all these keywords in the search area of Instagram, and I looked for models, and I began inboxing a bunch of them. Hey, I'm going to be in town. Da, 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 do you want to collaborate? And then a few of them got back to me, said, sure, let's do it. And that all happened because I just thought about the keywords and phrases that had a target location, New York City or Brooklyn, and then what I wanted, models in this case. You could have done NYC coffee spots, NYC cafes, if that's your thing. You know, you could do all the same strategy depending on what you want to look for. So in this case, I became the looker, and then I found the model I wanted to work with. We connected. I sent her my website, da, 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 and then we ended up, I booked 2 models during my last visit, and it was all from there. And we collabed and said, hey, here's the offer. You know, let's do a trade. You know, you get some photos, I get some photos, boom, and we won. It was fantastic. And then I increased my network because now I have a few models I can, you know, work with next time, and then bounce that off to the next few models. Say, hey, I worked with those models before, and it all happened because I effectively used keywords and hashtags to find that. If you're looking to work in other locations, well, again, target the location and then target what exactly you think your audience will be using to find you. So if you're going to Phoenix, okay, and you want to do headshots, well, Phoenix headshot photographer, Phoenix photographers, Arizona photographers, etc., etc., etc. When I create hashtags, I'm thinking of what are the key words or phrases that my target audience would be using to find the content I'm creating. Okay? And that's why we're going to talk about this. Okay? How a lot of people say, what hashtag should I use? Now, that's super important, okay? Because this, again, just like how I've been explaining, you're going to be either be using it to get your content out there, and then also how to find people yourself. So you look using keywords and phrases, okay? Because whoever's, when I went to Spain, I went to Barcelona, I found models, and I don't even speak Spanish. My Spanish is so first year high school. It's really bad. But I was there for 2 weeks in Barcelona, and for me to reach out to models, I literally used Barcelona models, Spain models, yada yada yada, and I eventually connected with a couple models that spoke English, thank God, and that's how that worked out. I used the same strategy and it works. But I did it 2 weeks before I left. Hey, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be here because it's going to take time to do your research and find these models. Now, what hashtag should I use? Now, the specifics are going to change depending on where you are and what your intentions are, right? So let's go ahead. First thing I want to say is you have to do your homework. My earlier videos, I talked about, creating a social media strategy, and you should be doing that. I was just talking to one of my mentorees yesterday, and I was literally yelling at him about the simple things he's not doing. He you got to come up with a strategy and then execute. Like what I said today I think on my Instagram reel, I said, research, plan, execute, fail, repeat. And then do that repeatedly on a daily basis. That's literally the best strategy I can give anybody. But that's what it takes. I know that when I go live, some days is good, some days it's not. But the plan is to just repeat. Plan, research, execute, and then fail, and then repeat. Because there's always a lesson in failure. You have to be so I think I tweeted, I was like, I failed so much we became best friends. So I think I said I've met failure so much we became best friends, and that's just the way the world works. So in this case, when you're worrying about what hashtags you should do the research, do your homework. Okay, it's okay not to know. But guess what? Someone out there has already answered it and shared it. And that's what we're going to do right now. So if you're with me on YouTube, You're going to be able to see what I'm about to show you on the screen. If you're on Instagram, click on the link in my bio and click Marketing Monday and see what I'm about to show you on the screen right now, okay? So here we are. We're going to go to Google, and I'm going to literally be you, and we're going to go, oh, I don't know what hashtags I should use. Oh, great. So we're going to type in photography hashtags, right? Look at that. It even has hashtags 2022. Now I'm going to click on that and look at all these relevant I don't know relevant, but all these websites that are going to give you tips on which are the most popular hashtags to use. So let's just use this first one. It's called top-hashtags.com, right? So we go there, and then boom, bada bing, okay? Look at that. Hashtags for hashtag photography in 2022 to be popular and trending in Instagram and TikTok. Come on, people. I'm giving you guys the juice right now, okay? It says these are the best popular hashtags to use with hashtag photography. Come on. It's literally, and each group that they're giving you, it says copy. You could just copy this whole thing and paste it, okay? For those that don't know, you can actually post directly to your Instagram on your desktop, meaning via your laptop or your computer or your PC. So you don't always need to post directly from your phone anymore. You have more features when you do it with your phone, but you can post quickly on through your desktop. So you could copy it right here off this website. Boom. Create your post and post it directly right on your computer. This is fantastic. This is the juice I'm giving you. Now, you could. What I like to look for are. What I like to look for is how can I say, common hashtags in each group, right? So like in this case, like photographer, photography, photography lovers, photographers, okay, are really popular ones I know across the board. I wouldn't use all this other stuff. This doesn't make sense. Now you could even get even more targeted. I use photography, but let's just do this: portrait photography hashtags, right? Boom. Let's see what they got. We're going to just press on the first one. I don't know, whatever, but I'm just saying. Oh, look. Okay, so this one, okay, I saw as it was changing, there was one for portrait photography, but this one's best hashtag portrait hashtags. So now you're really fine tuning your genre. This is for those who want to fine tune to keep their content relevant to the genre of photography that they, do best in, or that they want to get their name out there. So in this case, for portraits, since I'm a portrait photographer, look, again, the copy button, and then it says right here, portrait photography, art, portrait photography, photo of the day, model, photographer, photo, etc. Insta good, da 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 da. And then after a while, you can, by process of elimination, right? That's why I said plan, execute, fail, repeat. See which hashtag worked best for you, and then just optimize what worked. Slowly but surely, you're optimizing your effectiveness of which hashtag worked for you, right? Let's go back. Here we go. Look, hashtags for portrait photography specifically to grow your Instagram. Here we go. Portrait photography, portrait photography, portraits, photo of the day, portrait photographer. So here we go. This is a great example. After 3 different topics, you see there are certain common hashtags that are included in every group. Again, portrait photography, portrait, photography itself, photographer, here we go. Photo shoot, model, pick of the day, Insta good. We already said that before. So these are things, here's portrait photographer. So these are things that you could start picking up on to make sure that you include it. Again, the more relevant the hashtag you're using, let me go back to the full screen here, folks. Let me go back to the full screen. The more not only relevant, but specific the hashtags are that you use that can best describe your content, the better the algorithm understands what your content is and pushes it out to the relevant audience you're hoping to reach. That's why having a hashtag strategy is very important. And again, it helps to increase the chance to get in front of more people. You need every chance you can get. Why? Because As you know, earlier this year, Instagram and Meta overall is making it tougher to reach more people. What do they want you to do? They want you to boost the ad, meaning pay for it to get in front of more people. Now, there's a pro and a con to that, and there's a place for everything. There's nothing wrong with boosting something. If you have a workshop coming up, if you have something special you really want to announce, you made a huge achievement, you just want more people to see it, sure, boost it, go for it, mazel tov, have fun. But again, hashtags are a great organic, meaning non-paid way to get in front of more people, so why not give that a go? Again, the only thing you're gonna burn is time and a little bit of effort, because you're gonna have to do some research, you're gonna have to do some planning, you're gonna have to do some executing, you're gonna have to do some failing, and you're gonna have to repeat it. Okay. Outside of that, your money stays in your pocket. So it seems like a um, how can I say, balance. Thank you everybody for checking in on me on Instagram. I appreciate everybody on Facebook and YouTube, etc. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, make sure you post them. They will pop up, so don't worry about that. Now, if you're was about to say. Now, let's say if you're a model, okay, and you're asking me the same question, what hashtag should I use? Let's go back, okay. Boom, bada big. Let's go back. Here we go. Go back to Google. If I was a model, okay, look at this, models. Okay, I know a few models follow me on Instagram. Model hashtags. Whoops, of course, there we go. Google knows everything. Besthashtags.com for model. Here we go. Model, fashion, photography, style, Instagood. See, there's a few common ones. Beauty, beautiful. Um, I know model shoot is a big one. Test shoot is another big one. Model photography is a big one, right? Oh, look at this. Look at this. It even gives you a little analytical breakdown. Best model hashtags popular on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Model, fashion, photography. Look at those top three right there. Boom. That's about almost 50% right there. And then it breaks it down a little bit more. Beautiful, etc. And if you're a redhead, add redhead models. What I would do also if you're a model is add Bay Area models if you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, SF models, San Francisco models, etc., NorCal models. You could make it even more specific versus keeping it very broad. Like if you use photography, that's so broad you're gonna get lost in 2 seconds because people are quickly updating it. When that's matter of fact, hold on, let me get this. I gotta explain this last part. I need some water. Here's the pros and cons to using popular hashtags. Let me get back to this here, folks. When you're using a popular hashtag, let's say photography, and I believe photography has like, let's just say it has 21 million. That means it's damn popular. But if you use that hashtag, your content may pop up. But in 2 seconds later, unless it's like going extremely viral, it will get pushed down by the next 100 people posting in the next few seconds. So that's what I mean by research, plan, execute, meaning post it, try it out, failing, and then repeat. My strategy when I'm thinking of hashtags to use is which one is popular and relevant, but not like super duper popular where I just get lost in the mix. Okay. But not unpopular where no one's really searching for it unless those diehards, you know? So that's what I mean by this is a continuous process. It's a process now in order for you to get in front of more people. But the more intelligent you get with using social media and using these tools like like hashtags, the more effective each post you make, and thus hopefully it increases and transforms into profits in your case. I know that's my that's my objective is to get in front of more people, and then hopefully they remember me the next time they need a photographer. Now, matter of fact, that helped me get in a relationship with a model agency, actually. I think they found me using San Francisco photographer or something along those lines. And I worked with one of their models, then I worked with two, and now I'm like their Bay Area photographer. Whenever they have a model in the Bay Area that needs headshot, photo shoots, etc., they literally just DM me now. Hey, here's our next model, and I have my next shoot with that agency on Wednesday. This Wednesday, in 2 days, I have a new face for them. I need to shoot, but they found me through Instagram. Okay, so this stuff works, man. Like and ladies and germs, it works. It really does. Um, I'm not trying to kill an hour. I really want to help you level up and turn your passion into profits. Because right now, with inflation, the way the economy is working, the way the cost of living, education, etc., you need every dollar you can get. And I'm all for enjoying your passion for passion's sake and creating art. Hey, great. Make time for that. But if you have any inkling that you can make $5, well, I want to do whatever I can to help you make $6. And that's what, again, Marketing Monday is about. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to hashtags. So that's the con about using popular hashtags. But you don't want to, again, like I said, use the ones that are absolutely unpopular. You could tell if they're like under 20,000, that is not a hashtag you need to be wasting on your content, because not a whole lot of people are searching for it. Obviously, when we have 333 million people just in America and that hashtag only has 5,000 post associated with it, clearly stay away. It's not going to help you out. It's not going to help you get you closer to your goal, which is to increase the chances of more people seeing your content. Hashtags are important because, in general, I think, okay, I could be wrong, okay, but this is a good example. About 5 years ago, 3 to 5% of all of your Instagram followers saw that content. So if you post something, boom, in that day, 3 to 5 may see it. Percent. So if you have 100 followers, just to keep the math simple, that means 30, 30. If you had 100, yeah, 3 to 5 people may see it, and out of those 3 to 5, I don't know if they'll like it or not, right? Meaning they won't press the heart, etc. I don't know if they're going to share it. That just means they may see it. That's why having an effective hashtag strategy is massively important for a chance and for the opportunity to get in front of even more people that may not be directly following you. I check my analytics on my YouTube, and it's remarkably, it's an incredible difference between who's actually seeing your stuff and then your subscribers. It's massively different. Like, I can't even, I'm trying to think of the number, but it's freaking amazing. So I'll post something, let's say a short on Instagram, on YouTube, but the reach of non-subscribers is incredible compared to the returned or subs that actually follow me. That's why hashtags and making sure that those hashtags are relevant to the content you're putting out, which educates the algorithm to push it out there, is super important. All right. Again, it's a process. It's not an overnight success, but it should be a part of your overall marketing strategy. Whether you be a musician, hell yeah, it's absolutely important. Absolutely. Again, during the day, I'm a social media marketing manager for a audio music production school in San Francisco. And when I'm creating posts, like on, let's say, Twitter, for instance, you'd be amazed when I use a particular, let's say if I put in hip hop, hashtag hip hop, who actually responds to that versus when I put in, let's say, EDM music and who responds to that. Again, hashtags, here we go. Like I said, right? Hashtags are an important way to expand your audience. And when you use a hashtag, your post will appear on a page for that hashtag, or in this case, search results. Okay? Just think about it like keywords when you type in on Google, portrait photographer. Guess what? Things that are relevant to those keywords or phrases are going to, content that's relevant to that are going to pop up. It's the same way It works the same way in social media, but we use hashtags. Okay. So that's why when you're making a post and you're saying black and white photography, but if you want to, you want to get specifically searchable in your specific region, then you want to do like Oakland photographer or San Jose photographer or LA photographer or Brooklyn photographer, and be geo specific as well within the groups of hashtags. Now, how many hashtags should you use? Well, you know what? I've heard so many different things. I'm baffled. Okay, I'm absolutely baffled. Here's my overall strategy. This is just me. I think Instagram lets you use up to like 30 or 20 to 30 hashtags. Overkill. Okay. But you should be using them regardless on every platform, even TikTok. TikTok, I use up to 6 personally. You may not even need that. TikTok helps you to, like, when you use a hashtag, it's telling the algorithm, yes, this is a photography content about photography or modeling or whatever it is you're doing. Thank you everybody tuning in on Instagram. Um, but you your content is king. That's why as soon as you turn on TikTok, it's immediately go time when it comes to showing you what the latest content is available for you to consume. There is no homepage. They don't give a damn. It's video, 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 video until you decide, oh my God, 5 hours of my life has just disappeared. I need to get off this. So it's jam time. It's jam time. But hashtags are still important so that at least you're getting in front of the more, like I said, relevant audience your content would more likely be consumed by, and people will engage. Instagram, I do, anywhere between 5 to 10 is what I generally go for. I've seen plenty of posts where they put like 20 something and I don't really see the results from 20 something of them. I would say be more strategic about and being very specific to the which hashtags you use for that piece of content. Don't just put, like photo, capture, image. Like those are very broad. And a lot of those people may not give a good hoot about your beauty photography when they're looking for macro photography or like insects, or if they're looking for landscapes or wildlife. They don't give a hoot about this chick you just took a picture of on the beach. Okay? So that's why using those very popular but very broad hashtags can be actually working against you. I'd rather be a little bit more specific. Portrait photography. That's a little bit more. It's a little broad still, but it's a little bit. It's at least specific in terms of the genre of photography you're hoping to be associated with. Um. Now, dang it, I just lost my train of thought. Holy cow! I can't believe I was on a roll. Hey, thanks. Hey, thanks everybody on Instagram. By the way, let me give my shout out to everybody. Thank you, everybody. YouTube and I believe Facebook too. I see a couple people. What is that? Yeah. Hey, Simon. Simon, let me tell you, Simon has been tuning in every week, and I so appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Simon. Thank you so much for the love. Hey, Ron. Thank you, Ron, for tuning in. Oh, appreciate it. I'm just trying to help everybody out. And that's what this is all about. If you guys level up, let me tell you, that's all I need to hear. I don't need anything else. But, if you do feel like helping out, feel free to. You can support me by pressing a link in my YouTube description, my Cash App, if you feel like sending a donation or send a super chat, whatever. Most importantly, if you could just at least share this video and press like on my YouTube channel, that would be greatly appreciated. It's a simple cost of $3.99. Okay? Anyway, back to the matter at hand. Oh, Simon. Hey, thank you very much, man. I see you. Yeah, Simon has been supporting me for like, damn, years now. I got some juicy news to announce to all of you. I'm working on something really big on the background, believe it or not. And you were talking about overkill with hashtags. Yeah, well, yeah, I know. You don't want to overkill, but you definitely want to include it in your strategy. I'll talk about my future stuff work at the end of this in about 5 minutes. Um, hey, best to you, Simon. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your continued support. And that's the way you do it. You know, just tune in, say hi. That's all I asked. I appreciate it. If it helps you, it helps me. All right. So let's wrap this up a little bit. Remember, what I was talking about was including a hashtag strategy, choosing you gotta what do you say, wash, rinse, repeat, right? You got to kind of do that a few times to see which ones work for you, using locations within the hashtags to help fine tune the audience you're trying to reach. Because if you're a wedding photographer and you're doing just photography, a wedding photography, that's super broad. That means somebody in Nebraska might see it, and that's great. But unless you're willing to travel or they're willing to pay you to travel out there, it doesn't really help you. But if you put in San Francisco photographer, SF City Hall photographer, or Oakland photographer, or Bay Area photographer, that's a little bit more concentrated in terms of where it's a little more realistic on the audience that would actually hire you, and thus you being able to take care of that client. Okay, so again, you do your homework. As I said earlier, look up what relevant hashtags for the genre or the art that you do and the kind of content you put out there. Google has the answer for it. Trust me, there's an answer somewhere. Success leaves trails. All right. And then just try over and over again. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me real quick. I'll help you out a little bit. I do offer one-on-one consulting. If you want to do a one-on-one consulting to help get your photography up in terms of your business and what mistakes or get over what pitfalls you may be coming across, feel free to hit me up, DM me. I definitely do one-on-one Zoom consulting for that. And don't be embarrassed. We all need it. Okay, I had to spend 10 years to figure it out, and now I'm here to be able to share with you my 10 years of experience, as well as a social media marketing manager, so that you can level up and turn your passion into profits. Okay, now, I hope a lot of this helped you all out. Okay, now, if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and follow me on Facebook, Robert Silver Photography, Instagram, Robert Silver Photography, TikTok, Robert Silver Photography, and on Twitter, Robert Silver Photog. Okay, make sure you go ahead, go to my YouTube channel. If you can, please press that sub, and when you find this video, smash that share button. Let the algorithm know that this content is useful, and hopefully it gets to the people you know to help them out to turn their passion into profits. Okay, now next week is Labor Day. I will be taking that day off. I apologize. But the following week after that, I will be live again on Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave the comments down below. I am Robert Silver. And until next time, keep shooting, stay creative. Thank you for watching.